Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing stuffed Cornish hens. That being said, we're going to come back and show you our ingredients or how we're doing that. Okay guys, so we're going to get started with our Cornish hens here. Uh, our ingredients, we have got 6 Cornish hens that I cleaned. I got them and cleaned them, and I won't say marinated them, but I brined them for about 22 hours just a simple brine, which is consists of kosher salt and water. I would say, to try to give you the ingredients to that, I would say for every quart or 32 ounces of water, I use 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, right? So I had the 6 Cornish hen plus some chicken breast that I brined. So I had like 2 quarts of water. So I used actually 6 tablespoons of sea salt and let those brine for like 22, 23 hours, right? Also, I did, when you make your brine, basically you put your cold water. I use basically, say for instance, if you're using 32 ounces, 1 quart, right? So you want to put 3 cups of cold water in, and in that last cup, I use boiling hot water that I dissolve my sea salt in. And once I mix that together into that cold water, I did add some Tony Chachere's just to see how it works out. Uh, and let me get through this. So that's our Cornish hen, brine Cornish hens there. Here you will see some collard greens that I cooked. Um, it is a video on my website of how I cook my collard greens if you guys are interested in that. That's the collard greens. We've got some onion powder, garlic powder, got some liquid smoke. I've got some blackening season, smoked paprika, mayonnaise. Of course, this is some homemade cornbread dressing. If you're interested in that, there is on my Thanksgiving edition, I did a video of how I make my cornbread dressing. There's some of that, and this is basically chicken broth with I added this is where I added my smoked paprika, blackening seasoning, this liquid smoke, garlic, and onion powder. And this, what I'm going to do with that is I brined it, which I think will keep my hens tender and juicy. However, I'm going to add an extra step basically and inject uh, these spices into it. I wanted to try to keep any kind of salt out of it because basically your brine add enough salt into when you brine it for 22 hours. It adds enough salt in it. So basically, I wanted to give it some other flavors to kind of make it pop, right? And to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on this, I'm not much on Cornish hens. However, a good friend of mine issued me a challenge a few months back about some collard green stuffed Cornish hens, and I'm like, for real? And he was like, yeah, man, it's good. I'm like, okay. So I told him I would give it a shot and see what we come up with. So in doing that, this is where this video is coming from. It's going to be some. I'm going to do half of the 6 I have. We're going to do 3 Cornish hens stuffed with the collard greens and 3 Cornish hens stuffed with the dressing, right? And so I get to thinking about things, and I'm like, okay, since I'm doing this, what I want to try is basically I'm going to do half of them baked. That's where the mayonnaise come in. I'm going to basically inject three of these Cornish hens, and you basically, yeah, inject them, rub them down with mayonnaise, and bake them. And then I'll come back and stuff them after they're finished with the collard greens. Some with collard greens. Actually, I'm going to do one with collard greens and two with the stuffing or the dressing. And then the other three, I'm going to follow my deep fried method. If you see my pork chop video or my copycat church's chicken video, I'm gonna make the batter and the flour and everything and batter and fry three of them. Once those are fried, I will come back and stuff those. There again, one with the collard greens and two with the dressing. But anyway, we're gonna get started with this, and we're gonna show you how it's done. Okay, guys, so let's get these Cornish hens injected. Don't want to over season these things, they're small. So I'm gonna give them a little shot. Pretty much like so. We're going to call that good. So we're going to get the other two injected, and then we will cover these in mayonnaise and get them baked. So we're going to get the other two injected, and we'll be back. Okay, guys, so you can see here, we've got our Cornish hens. They've been brined, they've been injected, and we've rubbed them down with mayonnaise. So now we've got our oven preheated to 350. We're going to get those in the oven, and we're going to bake those until that internal temp gets to about 165, and we'll pull them out, and then we'll get them stuffed. So when we get to that point, we'll be back with you and show you that step. So alrighty then, guys. So we're back with our Cornish hens that we baked, right? And I told you I had a challenge, so we've got our baked Cornish hens done. So now it's just a matter of attempting to stuff our Cornish hens, right? So I think I'll go with the greens first, since that was my challenge. It was collard green stuffed Cornish hens. Never heard of it, but I had the challenge, so I had to take him up on that. So we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this one stuffed, right? And then the other two, like I said, we're gonna do with our dressing. So we're gonna get these birds stuffed, and we'll show you our finished product. So okay, guys. So we have our baked stuffed Cornish hens done. So now we're coming now to basically deep fry. Again, like I say, this is experiment. So I'm doing this just like I do my fried chicken or fried pork chops, right? So here we have our cold Cornish hens. We've got cold flour, and we have our cold batter. Uh, there again, if you check out my Church's chicken, yeah, copycat recipe. It'll tell you exactly how I make my batter. Basically, it's 1 cup of flour, um, a third cup of cornmeal, and a quarter cup of corn starch, and it's about a cup, or maybe a little more than a cup of carbonated water. And all of that, like I say, you can mix it when it's warm or whatever, put it in the fridge and make sure it gets cold. And that I also season it with a little onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. And that's how we make our batter, right? Okay, so that being said, we're going to get started with this. Grab us one of our Cornish hens. Put it in the flour first. It's the first time doing this, so don't know if I can get it covered like I do whenever I do my chicken, but we're going to see what happens here, right? Looks like not. It's not a problem, so we're going to flip this guy right there. Make sure everything is covered. Shake it a little bit. Put it in our batter. There again, make sure everything is covered. Flip him. Stick him down in there. Make sure everything is covered. Same thing. Shake it. Drain it a little bit there. So we've already got our oil hot. When I do this, I cook it at about 325, 330. Drop him back off in there. That may have to flip him again. It's all right. Okay, so we got that covered, I think, fairly well. Now it's just a matter of dropping this in our deep fryer. Just like so. And we're going to let this cook probably somewhere between 13 and 20 minutes. As I said, it's the first time I've did this, so we're going to come back and check the temp. Make sure our internal temp is at least 165, and we're going to go from there. So we're going to get this one cooked, get the rest of them cooked, get them stuffed, and we'll show you what we're working with once we finish that. So alrighty guys, there we go. We've got our Cornish hens fried. You can see there are three deep fried Cornish hens. So the next thing we're gonna get these stuffed. I think I'm gonna do one with the collard greens and two with dressing, and then that'll wrap that up for this episode. So we're gonna get these things stuffed, and we'll come back and show you our finished fried stuffed Cornish hens.